that we have racers, and the racer cars started working. I was really worried they weren't working, but now they did. We got Adam5396, but who's gonna remember all of those? So that it's just Adam numbers versus Snowdozer, a name that it's easier to remember. So I like him already.
Yeah, so Adam numbers slash Ferris V5 is our previous mystery tournament champion. So it's got to be the favorite here. Snowdozer's been around for a while and has contributed to the community in a lot of ways. Has made a ton of games that we featured in the tournament and has entered the tournament 5 times now as well. And makes a lot of games, makes a lot of puzzle games, but will tell you himself, is not particularly good at them necessarily. Not that they've drawn a puzzle game. They've got a weird car game. Maybe Owned Noob can tell us more about it.
A weird car game.
This is a weird car game. It's a classic. Well, I should say it's a sequel of a classic. So I'm just going to start with the lore of this. I was at PAX Prime or PAX West up in Seattle, and I was running around the convention that they have. They have a bunch of video games, a lot of demos, and I saw this, and the lights went up in my eyes. I was like, this is going to be fantastic. I hope the demo is long enough for Mystery Tournament, but even then, I'm just going to go sit down and enjoy it. I was talking to, I think, the artist, and I was playing through the demo, and it took me about 8 minutes, and I'm like, that's not long enough for a race, but I told him about the idea. He introduced me to the developer. They gave me a nice little flip book, and then on Twitter, since we've been discussing, I was like, yeah, I love your game. This is something that we can do if you want to give keys. And after a pretty short but very pleasant discussion, he gave us 4 keys. In fact, actually, it's now 5 keys, because after the issues that we had on Wednesday, he threw a key at me to see if it would resolve Snowdozer's issues. The issues were internet-based. It's not that Snowdozer is not able to play the game, it's that, and now the internet's fixed. So we actually have a fun racer. We've given that key to the first person to raise their hand. So Bright Shadow is also going to be racing, and even though we are going to be doing the first 3 worlds, I think we could probably get Adam versus Bright Shadow. Both of them have plenty of time. I could probably play through the whole game here on stream if we make sure that Bright Shadow is also streaming. But I cannot say thank you enough to Walber, the developer, for giving us the keys for this. We want to give it a good showing here, and I think we've chosen perhaps 2 of the best community members to do so. The previous winner in Adam, and Snowdozer, who is one of our prime givers, prime developers. So this should be a good race. Oh, and Welber's in chat. Hi, Welber.
Yeah, so, like we said earlier, Adam numbers previous winner of MT. It's the winners 3. They have both played 1 game, Adam versus Greevilsaurus in Balljacks, Genesis ball stealing game. I don't know what to call it. Snowdozer winning against Polomat in Outline, a platformer by our good friend Daniel Linson. Yeah, that's all there is to this race. Win rate wise, a clear favorite on the left here, but we're gonna see. Oh, there's no audio because that makes sense.
Now, normally this wouldn't be a thing, but the players have had the game on their computer long enough. They may possibly have gone into car setup and configured their cars. I think you can also go into like the sounds and record custom sounds with your microphone for all the sound effects. Yeah, this is the game for Maurice.
Okay, fantastic. Start your engines, or jelly engines, whatever the mechanic would possibly be in this game. Let's get started and go.
Probably like a chemical reaction.
Okay, so for anybody who didn't have a childhood back in, I'm going to say 2005, this is Jellycar. This is Jellycar Worlds, and we are going to be going through 3 different worlds. And I'm just going to let the game speak for itself because the audio is just brilliant.
So yeah, game's pretty much about getting forward as quickly as possible. There's all these obstacles where you gotta like squeeze your car through, get along these jelly wheels that snowdozer is currently trying to himself through.
Yeah, and you get a nice little sound effect for every time that you bing and boing everywhere. The controls are a bit unusual, though we have actually seen similar controls in a earlier race of Room. It's left and right trigger to kind of just align your car and then move forward. Or you align with the stick and then move forward with, or backwards with left trigger. There's no real forward or backward of the car beyond the antenna.
Yeah, it's very Elastomania, Trials, a number of different Flash games. Adam's just doing fantastic here.
Yeah, Adam's not going to slow down, and that's pretty typical for Adam. The hub world is in itself playable, so the players will need to move through that, and we are playing basically the 100%. We're playing through all the worlds. We actually had a race of this on Wednesday prior to the race of the mystery tournament, and they were doing like an any percent, and it turns out there's quite a bit of skippable levels, but for the fairness and making sure that the players actually do all play all the same levels, we're just making them play every level. Adam's having a bit of trouble here.
The collapsing structure was in his way, but has made it work. I see a circle-shaped hole for a big circle. So there are like some unofficial techniques for doing things with this car, like little left-rights that'll result in a sort of bunny hop. And we'll get to watch the players. I mean, they might be familiar with it. There's enough games sort of in this weird, silly car genre I've just made up on the spot that maybe they're familiar with them already. But if not, they're going to have to sort of discover them in real time, I think.
I get stuck just listening to the sound effects of it saying boing every single time that you touch the ground. In addition to the music, it's a much more polished game than what we got back in the Flash days. Adam's picked up a collectible. It's a collectible. It will just allow you to change your car in the future, which good for Adam. I mean, he now owns the game. He can do that, but it's not going to be making his car faster, no matter how red the car is.
Basically a full level ahead. Yeah, red is the fastest color, obviously.
Yes. In racing GP, I always pick the red car.
Adam taking the low road. He's going to be able to squeeze out.
Uh-oh. Okay, clutched it.
This infernal circle road drives against me. What shall I do?
Adam's playing this slowly, and I don't think this is a level that you really actually want to play slowly. The wheels will just kind of push you through.
Yeah, definitely wants to have the wheels on the outside. Snowdozer with the blind drop into the castle. Adam nailed this. Yep, no problem. Poor Snowdozer.
So for race context, we had Triscorp and Mooware playing the game earlier this week. They were skipping through levels, but from my recording, Triscorp got to through level 3 in about 35 minutes. That's probably with about 5 skipped levels, so the ETA, the suspected finish time, especially for Adam, who's going up about the same speed as Triscorp was, should be about 40 minutes or so. Plenty of time for snowdozer to catch up.
Adam with a really nice launch, first try off of this thing, right up to the exit.
And gets rewarded with the time loss of being told that you went really quickly. Each level has a marker that says that you beat the dev time or whatever it is.
Like Sonic.
Yeah. Gotta slow down.
Yeah, Sonic 1 and 2. Speedrunning have this huge problem where if you go fast, it takes a lot longer.
You get like a big bonus at the end, and it takes forever to count down. So the community just ruled like, this is dumb. We're just gonna do a complicated in-game time thing to get around it.
Yeah, they all have like Excel sheets.
Well, I like these things moving in sync.
Adam's playing this level correctly. You can potentially just, with a quick maneuver, just get up on the first one and not have to go all the way to the right to, and then deal with these wheels. I think it'd probably save you like a good 20 or 30 seconds if you got it the first try, which is a big ask.
So Adam went right to the right off of this launcher, and Snowdozer went to the left and saw some kind of collectible that doesn't matter here, so lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, the little purple ones don't matter. There is a green triangle, which is mentioned in the paste bin, that is an alternative exit. The alternative exit will also progress you through the world, and is sometimes faster, but is always more difficult than the stop sign.
Having to completely reset is Adam, and I think is gonna be a little more cautious this time. Wait for them to align horizontally and then go across. Perfectly synced sound effect to the music. Love it.
See if Snowdozer does anything clever here. You stick up on the wall, you could potentially...
Whoa, I was like, I really don't expect anyone to find that, but there it is. There's an arrow pointing to the left, too.
I knew they could find it, because I knew Triscorp also found it, and if I can find it and Triscorp can find it, then one of these two was probably going to find it too. Good stuff from Snowdozer. Now just needs to do the part that gave Adam a bit of trouble and is flipping him over and over again too.
Yeah, that was a huge catch up. Exactly what Snowdozer needs. Now Adam is in some
first
crazy
tries
wheel.
this. Okay.
Oh, almost. I'm getting Super Mario Sunshine pachinko vibes out of this level.
I can't tell if this ball is helping or hurting, that it's holding us against the...
I think at the end it hurt. I think Adam wanted to go sooner and couldn't because the ball was there. Oh, Snowdozer falls on these connecting plus shapes.
Okay, this looks better. No, we overshot it again.
That's got to be frustrating. It's basically been the same mistake 3 times, right? And the first time you have no idea, but the second 2 times you've learned.
Yeah, I think you just kind of want to go into the X potentially.
It's starting to look like a good idea. Adam kind of shaved the X that time and it was still too much. Well, I want to stay
Adam's
in the
found
circle.
a way to fail this level that I didn't know was failable. Fantastic. I mean, it's terrible for him, but I enjoy the novelty.
They are now very close. Except Snowdozer's hesitating on this. Okay, there it goes. There's a lot of stuff in Adam's way. He's gonna sit on the X, and I think this is the correct move, but the launch from the X... Snowdozer's going with a different approach. Didn't like all this stuff in the way, I think. It's gonna land on the X. They turn so slowly. Adam gets the clear. Just finds it with the back tires. Here comes Snowdozer. Oh, wow!
Or yeah. So with the two tactics, maybe like taking a pit stop at the X or just being good and getting it. Snowdozer goes for the latter and is only a few seconds behind. That was a full level that Adam just finished, or just the whole world.
Introduction to this mechanic. You have this ability to grow bigger, and Adam just was immediately like, okay, I'm gonna grow big, I'm gonna touch these, I'm gonna go up. And Snowdozer's like, what? Like, there's a button here, I guess. I want to try this. Like, all right, Snowdozer is moving, but you know, there goes like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, I think this is gonna end up being a very close race. Like, anytime that you're dying or anytime that you're hesitating is gonna be pretty lethal. Like, we're always gonna point at the last moments, the moments on the last world where somebody got a lead change, but these are actually the moments that often make the race. So being big has its advantages. Mainly, you don't have to deal with terrain as much because your wheels just kind of roll over it, as long as you can land flat, and Adam's skillful enough to do so.
I really like someone just dumping the entire any percent route in the chat. It's just a tip. Thank you very much. This is, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a blind speedrunning competition. So the players purposefully go in with no preparation whatsoever. This is the first time they've even seen the game, and they're trying to figure out how to play it as well as sort of how to go fast as well at the same time.
That being said, if we can get a community a crossover for the any percent run, I think this community has a lot of racers, including Adam, who's just kind of killing it on his first run here. Who could probably just destroy that time. We've had world records going blind, which are a ridiculous idea, though sometimes we're playing some pretty obscure games.
Big tires, Adam climbs up the slope.
Yeah, I may hold the world record for tech deck skateboarding for the Game Boy Color. With some respect.
It's always nice to, you know, to have new people show up and hang out. So please do. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, I mean, we do also have the dev in chat, so if we have any technical questions, I think we're probably set. No, it's Snowdozer's found not an exit, but a special thing to put on their car.
Oh.
By going backwards there.
Adam really doesn't want to miss this exit. Okay. I've saw Snowdozer on this segment, I feel like a full minute ago or something, and it's still here.
I'm not sure. There's only two things you can do, right? You can drive and you can press the button that lets you have fun. So just press the button that lets you have fun.
I like the theory in chat that hasn't really caught on, that you preserve the power-up if you get rid of it, and you get to hold on to it and use it when you need it. And I think has kind of figured that out. And just so much credit to Adam for just intuiting these things so quickly. It's why he's one of the best we have.
This level, I think you're most likely going to get it every time, but you feel like you're going slowly. And Adam, while upside down in the gears,
oh my god!
Oh, he makes it over.
Almost jumps over the goal.
Yeah, Adam just identified bigger tires are going to help with whatever this floor is going to do to me, and went for it, and it worked out.
Okay, we get more ball moving, but this time it's less that we're running into the ball and more that we're becoming small to big.
across. First try, very smooth. Snowdozer really wants to get to the top. All right.
Yeah, when I wrote the goal, I was deciding between World 3 and World 4. And I was like, we're getting keys, we should play more of the game, but what if the racers are not having as much, are having trouble, and then it could go on for a while. Then the game got handed out, and it was Adam as half of the racers, and I went, oh, I wish it was World 4 now, because Adam's just going to destroy this game. And we'll probably continue playing, because it looks like he's having fun, too.
To the next level pretty quickly. Snowdozer on this section now where it's going to have to basically do some forced waiting, which can, you know, give you an itchy gas pedal trigger figure, but the top of it is not too scary.
Since I played the demo, they've added these little lines to teach you the mechanic. I recall when I first was being played the game at the convention, the person who was sitting next to me tried to explain the mechanic as I was just doing it, and I hope I didn't snap at him too much. I was just like, yeah, I got it. The idea of going small to big, and then that sending you off into the air, is something that I'm kind of happy that they tutorialized, because I'm sure it wasn't intuitive. I'm sure this is exactly why they took it to a convention, is to get the sort of playtest advice like that. But like this area, for example, I think might have been like the most challenging thing in the 8-minute demo, is getting these little jumps that Adam's just doing first try.
Yeah, incredible play from Adam. Just had no issues too. Like the level design got a little kooky. Like you would get yourself meshed into some gears and launched back over a previous path that you had just taken, and Adam never broke a sweat through the whole thing.
This is how elevators work, right? You just hit your head against the ceiling until it goes.
Yes, you grow 3 times as big, fill the space inside the elevator, and that's how it knows when to go.
That sounds so claustrophobic.
I think one of Adam's skills, that even more so than some of the other like top racers that we have, is he can see something like these platforms and knows to go slowly. Because we have racers who are very, very good at going very quickly, and like the one weakness they have is knowing when to be patient.
You don't win Mystery Tournament unless you are well-rounded, well-disciplined. You can't be weak anywhere really to go the distance.
Adam trying to save like 2 seconds by turning big so he can send himself through, but and I think it would have worked if he then made himself small basically immediately.
Yeah, the big tires got caught up on that thing. Snowdozer with this big circle knocks it into the pit right away, and then does a couple hesitations, decides, you know, I'm gonna want that big juice before I get going, and I think that was the correct call. Oh, what an unfortunate launch.
Too good. Too fast. Too speedy. Okay, this is as closest we're gonna get to Sokoban today. We've got a block and we need it to go somewhere. And we will push it if needed.
And is it going to tilt? Yes, it is. Just barely gonna put its blocky toe onto the switch.
Come on, Snowdozer.
The same launch.
Yeah, and lands on his back. I think if you land on the wheels there, you can save it, but I have to rotate in the air to try and make it work.
Camera pulls way out to show a pretty complicated machine here.
I mean,
Adam has immediately got it.
It's put block on thing. It's the beyond platforming. It's the thing that we are most experts here. It's Sokoban, baby.
I'm trying to read the conveyor belt. I think it is going the way that will let Adam out. Oh, snowdozer does not want to fall off again. Okay, but only has so much inflatable juice here. Okay, does get the ball out, but
It has
it's
to use
not
more
big enough.
speed. Oh, please don't.
Oh
Oh.
no. Got to do some wall rides.
I think you're meant to be big for that, but Adam just doesn't care.
Just goes off of one wall long enough.
Interestingly, neither racer has grabbed any of the alternative exits. I think in the case of Adam, it's just because Adam's been very good at following and understanding where the level wants you to go. But if you do go off the broken path, you sometimes get handed a difficult series of platforms or something that will lead you towards the secret green exit. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see at least one before this race ends.
All right, I think the game wanted you to be big to block the laser. Adam trying to force their way
Oh my
underneath.
god. Are we allowed to show this?
Is this gonna work? I don't think it's gonna work. Can you even get out? Like,
My god. Good thing the channel is set to
reset out.
mature.
It was violent.
All right,
Okay.
one more launch for Snowdozer. Still has lots of big juice. Is gonna use it to not fall through this hole. There's one launch.
I don't hate the idea from Adam, by the way. The idea of like saving your big juice so you can have more of it later. They're not gonna do the puzzle the right way if they can avoid it, though. There you go. I'll get some speed, and then don't do that.
Oh, Snowdozer goes big late, but is gonna be okay. I would refill. It's gonna drop into the hole and refill anyway. Sees the exit, is just gunning it on the gas pedal, and that is finally a clear for Snowdozer. There is a gigantic gap between these two players.
Yeah, we've seen Adam slow down but never really be stopped. Snowdozer's had levels where they've just been at, like that last level, I think they died 3 times. Adam, I like that they've realized that you're allowed to just be smushed, and it's fine. I suggest not being smushed by the black one that's coming from the ceiling here now, though. It's not quick.
Go, 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 go. Alright. It's not over yet, I guess. Gets that front tire on that green wheel immediately. Snowdozer's just a little bit off with bringing the front tire around. There it is. I think we got a new power. I guess you can steer this thing around a little bit.
Yeah, so World 3 is going to be the balloon power, similar to the mechanics for moving your car. It just makes the balloon go left or right once you have a balloon. I'd be really annoyed if Snowdozer makes the easy stuff look hard and the hard stuff look easy, because they are just killing it going up this mountain. Yeah, a bunch of first tries.
And there it is. This balloon is strong. Like now you get the tutorial for just how to steer the balloon, whereas Adam had already obviously pressed the buttons to see what they do immediately upon getting a new power-up.
First try, and that's impressive, by the way. That spot, you can see that he was low on balloon, but oh, if Adam gets okay, come on.
Oh!
I've
Had
seen
so much
enough
balloon
people play that level to know that it is quite hard, at least to like do it first try. Adam doesn't care. Adam makes it look difficult, but I mean, immediately one-shots anyways.
Oh, snowdozer are wasting a lot of their vehicle power. I guess they're gonna get a refill.
Snowdozer, are you gonna make it? Nope.
Oh. Just had no reason to be big for so long. Adam using the balloon not to fly, but just to temporarily fill a space, much like the inflate power.
Really nice touch there to take off and then immediately start up the balloon again just to keep where they want to be in the air.
Nice launch from snowdozer up to the exit.
That was a cute little maneuver there from Adam. Not sure that's how you're meant to go up something like that, but this is Jellycar. How you're meant to do something really doesn't actually matter. For your information, you can go out of bounds on the side, or particularly the top is important at some moments. Adam saves going out of bounds there by just a little bit by throwing out the balloon.
I think snowdozer lost the block at the start somehow and wanted it back. Got a big block coming in for Adam. Oh, did not have enough balloon power up.
But should be open. Like the gateway is no longer in the way.
Yeah,
and I
could
do
even
believe
get a refill on the left there, halfway up. But
Adam-
it's gonna go ahead to press forward.
Adam was spinning quite a while on the switch because the game isn't really clear about which switches are permanent and which ones are timed.
Yeah. There was one on the ceiling, and I was like, how are you going to hold that while you go down to the
Yeah, the spinny
circles?
wheels, yeah. And in this case also Adam just thought maybe the wall will close again, so I'm gonna stay on the switch for a little longer.
I could imagine this section being testing for a casual player, but we don't have casual players here.
Snowdozer there finally gets this block properly on the switch.
I think one of the biggest differences beyond Adam's insane ability to sight read is Adam's just done a little bit better on getting the car wheels on the ground. And it just gives you a little bit more control, and control is what allows you to go a little bit faster.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of times where just some little things, Snowdozer doesn't quite rotate far enough to get the car into the position where it needs to be, and then it means you don't get up onto the ledge that you wanted to get up on, and you fall back down, and you got to do it again, right? Just a small amount of control, precision, whatever it is, goes a long way.
Adam trying to like lift his front wheel up so that he can fall down faster, like, I don't know, jumping down the pit in Mega Man, but it kind of worked out in the exact opposite way. It took a little longer.
Chat, by the way, mentioning Art of Balance. When I first reached out on Twitter and was giving videos of what I was talking about regarding Mystery Tournament, GDQ, top 8s, all that sort of stuff, I sent Art of Balance as the game example, just because I think it might be the closest thing that we have to a magnus opus of a great race, great racers, and completely nonsensical understanding of what a game could possibly be, or a race could possibly be.
Surely this level is cheesable.
Some kind of crazy super
Oh,
launch.
it 100% is race. I actually was reached out to the dev and went, "Yep, I cheesed this, by the way."
Yeah, just like in the second cannon, I feel like you can get into without hitting this way.
Yeah, you can catch it real quick here if you're don't press the button. But bye. So, and now this is actually quite a difficult section. I think this might be one. You can't chase up. You have to move a ball or something. Because you can't press the button and get into the thing. The ball does flash on screen, like, and you zoom out there on the regular though. And I think Adam, as soon as he saw that, figured out the puzzle.
Inflates to knock it down. Ball on the way. Races into the launcher in position. Plenty of time to spare. You just gotta trust this thing's calibrated.
Yeah, if you don't get it on the first try, like position yourself ready to go for when the ball drops down, you then have to go push the ball manually yourself and then get into the position. I think that's actually a harder feat to do. But what Maurice mentioned there, where you can actually just outrace the stop sign, is possible. So it's one of those things where Adam just did the level as intended, but I think there's always multiple ways.
Oh god!
Oh no!
We died!
The car was
There is
actually
a
broken.
limit. Wow. Jellycar is not invincible.
Oh!
Mm,
Okay, we got between the bar chart.
You can count your blessings there if you're Adam. That's looked very similar to the first attempt, but
Right.
given it this time.
Or was it unlucky the first time? I don't know. Balloon seems well timed. So snowdozer is on like basically the first level of World 3. And Adam's been in here for kind of a long time.
It was
Adam, he sight read it. He just looked at the things in the air, went, those have little crosses on them that say don't do it, and so he didn't do it. He didn't touch the and he sight read that too. Immediately figured out that he needed to fly above it, knock the thing down, and use gravity to your advantage. Just two fantastic immediate understanding of what's not really a puzzle. I mean, this is a puzzle platformer, more or less, but Adam's just making it look like a platformer. Oh, this one can be quite difficult.
The arrows are clearly indicating there is some rotation going on here.
I'm gonna go check the our new friend who gave us the full. Yeah, I think this is 3-2, and they do not do 3-2 in the 80% route for probably this reason. These are not particularly friendly to work with.
Well, snowdozer barely saving himself with a balloon. Gets the refill. Oh, please. Okay. Save complete.
By the way, while we have a moment here, because I think Adam's gonna wow us eventually, but I don't see it happening on this particular run. If anybody's watching this and going, oh, well, I've seen the whole game, I don't need to buy it now. This game has, like, Celeste-like unlocks. Once you unlock all the exits or all the extra exits, you then get, like, extra levels. I don't want to spoil too much, but, like, this game has a lot of gameplay for what is a really low price tag, given how much gameplay there is.
Adam is going to hopefully get off the starting blocks here with this gigantic coin wheel.
It's the Gliver Ball.
They,
It's a
they,
red ball
they got
with a
the
star on it.
license.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Using the weight of the car on the front to get it over.
That's how it works in Night Sky.
I'm surprised if
just
there's
to
like
get
a
over?
secret exit up here or something, because
Okay. Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
For absolute brilliancy from Adam. Jesus. We're actually coming close to the end here. That was 3-6. And with 3-7-3-8 left, just 2 more levels. There were considerations for racing the whole game or something, but Snowdozer has to go. I think Adam will give us a show and continue to play on, though. And we do also have Bright Shadow, who is also willing to give us a game even after this race is over. So if you have time, Maurice, I know you're in Europe, but we may be able to continue watching more of this fantastic game afterwards.
Fortunately, I was not informed of this. It was very much news to me, and I don't really have time. I was thinking, we used to do like release races for like Hempuli games, for example, for Baba SU and Stumblehill. I was thinking we could do something like that, like in a week or two when GDQ is over.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
I think there's enough people who have seen, Triscorp and Nue races and stuff. That could totally happen. Nice launch from Adam. Snowdozer's got a lot of balloon power left, so he's able to correct. These wheels... I don't trust these wheels.
Dev saying that World 7, which I know is grayed out currently, is going to release around the end of January. So if we're patient, people who've already watched this can do it in 3 weeks maybe, and we'll all forgotten everything that we've looked at.
Some rare footage of Adam not immediately understanding everything, but has
Get good.
finally figured out what needs to happen with the square. It doesn't look like a thing that you can move, right? It looks like a big black evil stage element that will crush you and not something that can help.
It's so Kuban. Come on. Push block onto thing. Do thing. Be happy.
Even though these wheels are overlapping, somehow there is space between them for your Jellycar.
Okay, Snowdozer, go chase it. You can get it. Okay, Snowdozer, yeah, he's not going quick enough. Or if he's gonna go quickly, he needs to be very clever about how to avoid this red platform.
And I'm going left into the gears. That's where the end of the stage is. Snowdozer just couldn't get in between the circles there.
That's the end for Adam?
Yeah, this is actually... That's 3-8.
Not done,
yeah.
38-40.
I said about 40 minutes. Adam, I think, definitely beat the sort of time I was also looking at, so just a masterclass of how to play first 3 worlds, at least, of Jellycar Worlds.
I bet Adam will want to come in and talk to us about the game, about the race. Alright, Snowdozer has seen that ball up there. It's tricky though, because you never know what's going to be, an optional car upgrade or whatever, and what's actually part of the level, but you don't have what you need right now to win. So yeah, I think Snowdozer knows what the goal is. It's just having a lot of trouble doing it.
Hello.
Hello! We were thoroughly impressed with your natural understanding of the Jellycar.
Thank you. I pinned that down to being a Trials fan, if anything. It's like, it's extra bouncy, but in the end, it is merely a version of those games, but even bouncier.
So we love the sound effects, obviously. But when you're trying to race, is it like genuinely distracting, or is it just like a fun, good time?
So they're not. I don't know. I'm pinning it to the volume mixing or something because it was not distracting in the slightest. But me personally, I hate them. Like, I'm sorry, that's a me thing, but I do. All shout outs to the dev. It's a lovely game. I fucking hate the sound effects.
I think you can record over them if you want. Make your own.
Okay, that might be a bit more fun.
Oh,
That's
Snowdozer
yeah.
gets that back tire down, lands on the ledge. Nice.
Oh yeah, this was a tricky one. Essentially testing if you memorize that jumping trick from earlier.
I think this was, as far as was concerned, the hardest level in this particular, like the race that we did, just its first 3 worlds. You can actually beat the stop sign out of the hole if you go quickly enough. You can jump over
yeah.
this red thing.
There were so many moments where I'm like, you can definitely skip like 90% of the level here if you're willing to go for it. Like, if you're saying, you know what, this is the only way I'm gonna win, like that's a valid tactic. But I didn't trust myself with these physics, so I just said I'm just gonna play it normally. Just get there as fast as I can.
The beeps to start are so funny.
So this is a game that has like optional areas with collectibles and stuff, but you seemed pretty good about sort of sussing out where the critical path was. Was there? Oh my! What has happened to Snowdozer?
Oh my god! Sorry,
Jellycar
I
has
gotta
been
turn this
pierced.
off. We're not allowed to see this.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Survived the experience.
Yeah, he'll be fine. It just wasn't consensual.
He has
I don't think
broken it
that's what's
off.
So, right, optional parts of stages. Did you find you had like it seemed like you had no trouble identifying what was where you needed to go?
Critical path felt very obvious. Oh, Snowdozer's dead. That's unfortunate. Oh, it doesn't kill you. I could have sworn that would have killed you. Huh. Oh, there you go. Guess this game's a little kinder than I thought. I thought this was like the level to teach ya. I guess what happens if you can't get smushed? It breaks. Not that happened to Snowdozer somehow.
Yeah, you read and understood that those were bad immediately, which I think is the easy part. You also just killed this part. It looks like Snowdozer's figured it out too. The one shot on this really surprised me with the drop down.
I knew you just have to nail the landing. And actually, I think Snowdozer could stand to go a bit higher, actually.
Yeah, I guess the balloon can kind of go out of bounds, just as long as you don't.
Yeah. You also want, like, I tried to make sure I had no horizontal momentum, because I knew that would mess with it. Like, in my head. Though, I'm actually surprised that one didn't count. Huh.
Yeah, you made it look really easy. You were just up, down, one and done. It's actually pretty tight. I've seen Snowdozer land flat and nose down, and both have come up short.
Huh.
I think when I played this demo, the game was more in demo, and the out of bounds was blood red, and so I just floated out of bounds to try and get a bigger drop. It seems a bit more obvious than I remember it being, but I might also have been a big dummy.
At this level, this is the level I would have said was the hardest the Snowdozer goes. That's not okay.
I mean, if you see the arrows, like they kind of point that direction.
Just ignore the giant green spinny doodad. And yeah, that, I'll be honest, that looks like it should be solid. That really caught me out. That I was like, wait, that's not solid? What? It looks like a ramp.
Ooh, but you can see the green triangles down there, being very silly.
Yeah, I definitely noticed times where it's like, I probably should have gone for the green triangle. I was just like, that would have been a faster clear, but by the time I like realized and comprehended it, I was already like a bit further into the stage. So I was just like, well, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, I think half of them are like quite puzzly to get to. You have to, and then half of them are just mechanically difficult to get to. And the concern is if they're both mechanically and puzzly, just the biggest time loss in this game is just simply dying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there are some blocks that seem to suggest you're supposed to hit the triangle from the right, coming down from some other later part of the level. But that doesn't mean you couldn't just get a nice bouncy fling and drive right at it.
Okay, snowdozer sees it, having to ride the thing all the way around.
Yeah, it will have enough momentum to swing all the way
Don't
around.
do what I
Oh,
did.
Timing is a
No.
little off.
Oh no.
My experience with this, I think, was exactly the same as Snowdozer's, where I jumped down, thought the thing was solid, it wasn't, then tried to jump straight to the second one, didn't work. Then did the running on the ball trick, which we've done previously, or at least Adam did. And then missed the timing. There's plenty of different ways to mess this up, and then the level continues.
By the way, I hope everyone's enjoying this like psychedelic wonderland on my screen.
I like it.
If anyone was on any substances of altering the mental state of oneself, I bet that would be quite entertaining to watch.
Snowdozer was even later this time, but
Paid off!
Yeah! Deserved.
Completely squished.
Adam, when you see this ball, what does it make you think of?
Kirby.
Huh.
Oh, the secret.
Going for the...
Snowdozer saw the stairs.
Oh, no!
And now he has to do the whole thing again. Oh.
I respect it, though.
It is definitely one where, honestly, yeah, go for the secret. It's easier than doing the ball.
Some shuffling going on. Nice, nice.
Okay. Well, now it's a battle.
So these blocks, like, I don't really know a good way to do it. I would really just
it
throw
is.
my car out there. It works out.
I mean, throwing your car is very valid in this game. It's like I early on I was just like, you know what? It's faster to just do flips than accelerate.
Now, I'm not sure if you knew this, Adam, but if the rules weren't that you had to play every single level, you can skip certain levels, and didn't include it just for the fairness sake. Don't want a race to be decided because one person played the stupid circle level, and one person decided to skip it. But in your mind, would that have made the race more interesting, or?
No, it really would have added to confusion if you could skip levels. It definitely better to just have it as is. This level Snowdozer is on, so I didn't. Did I get to it early? Because I genuinely wasn't sure. I felt like I did. Like it was meant to get on ahead and go to something else.
Don't remember.
Oh no, this is the top.
Oh, the balloon inflates the balloon to squeak around and touch the goal.
This game does have the nice thing of telling you that you did the level quickly. And if you keep on getting those, I'm sure you were feeling quite confident, Adam, despite the fact that you said that you were doing it nice and steady.
I mean, it was nice, but you don't know how well your opponent's doing. I'll be honest, it was kind of irritating because you can end the level faster if you don't get that prompt. Like you mash through it just faster in general, whereas I had to wait for that to show up if I got it.
So the worst thing would be if you get just under whatever threshold gives it to you, so that you actually lose more time than yeah.
So was the dev watching? I actually don't know. That was mentioned.
They've been hitting you with some big no's or yippies, depending on how well you've been doing, and giving us some good facts about the game and reasons we should buy it, which I think we have plenty.
Yeah, this is a great game, even if I'm not fond of the sound effects. But yeah, no, it's a lovely little Trials-esque driving, balancing, jumping thing. But yeah, just let us mash through the level complete screen, please.
Snowdozer's picked up on this block being helpful here. This was maybe the one thing that you didn't immediately understand, Adam.
So why if I
Oh,
asking
yeah.
Yeah, it's Sokoban, don't worry, Adam. Why if I asking in chat how we find games? So we are users of like the ability to play free games. This is actually an exception to the rule. And for things like NES or SNES and just generally older systems, those are just readily available. And then we also have like PC games, be it freeware from itch.io or Steam, that do also make up a bulk. And we've been doing this. This is our 17th MT. So it turns out we've been looking for games for a very long time. And in this particular instance, this happened to be kind of a weird one. I was at a convention and talked to the devs directly, but even if you're not in, and I think this is new to you, we can take submissions. We do have testers who can check if the game makes sense to race, is going to be fair and at least some marginal amount of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky
Always
tires
interesting to see a new game.
signals the end of one world's power and the start of another. There it
Snowdozer
is.
gets it.
51:41 is the official SRL time. So this was, I think, a winners 3 match? Winners 2 match?
Winners 3, yeah.
3.
Winners 3.
So Snowdozer has not been eliminated. We'll see if he usually wants to come in and chat, I think. You can find the link to submit games on our Discord.
Mm-hmm. Which
As well as
join
all
in
kinds of other
because
stuff.
you're always welcome to race along in any match. Obviously, this one you had to be willing to pay, which I think would have been worth it, but that's up to personal opinion. But most of the games are usually free, so come join. If you missed this tournament but which you had a shot, come join in, get the practice in, and see how you fare, and you can be even more prepared for next time. You know.
We live on mystery, but if you also want to come farm us, we were talking here earlier before, while you were still racing, Adam, about just racing the full game here in probably sometime in January, depending. But
Oh yeah.
We have Snowdozer. Hello.
Hello.
Have you any experience with Trials or Elastomania or any of these sort of tilty car games?
Not really. I played Elastomania in my brief stint as a tester in MT13. That
Nice.
was a reject for me.
Aww.
I mean, Elastomania is this game, but with bad level design.
Yeah.
Elastomania is such a rude game. Everything about it is rude.
That was like a childhood playing it at school
same.
game for me. So I have I'm like, who cares about the level design? It's the only game you had access to at school. So you played the hell out of it. Adam was pretty good about sight reading these levels in this game. Did you feel like that was something you had trouble with?
Well, not too much. There are some times where I would just not figure out what I needed to do next. I would just try the wrong thing for a bit.
Right.
But I think a lot of it comes down to just the few levels where I got a little stuck on. Had to restart a few times.
you did do one thing that Adam didn't do, and that was find a green exit.
Yeah, that means
it
I
was-
win this race.
It means you still get to be in mystery tournament. You'll just be in losers, which means you get to play even more fun games.
In
Even more races.
Getting a free paid game is as much a win against Adam as I could possibly expect.
I know. I got my weaknesses too.
Well, it turns out it wasn't Jellycar.
Apparently not.
Well, you're not out of it yet, snowdozer. I think because we do puzzles together on our if you join the Discord, sometimes we solve puzzle hunts. You can get the puzzle hunt roll, so we do that together. So I think of you as like a really strong puzzle solver. But then you said like no, not really, like not very quickly, really. So like, would you want to get a puzzle game for your next game or what?
Puzzle games, I still have a tendency to get stuck on a few specific levels. Like usually, I'm good at it if it's one of those easy puzzle games where you just solve every level really quickly.
I see.
But I'm still not necessarily the fastest in a lot of races that we do in puzzle games. So it's not necessarily a strong point. I'd say maybe. I mean, usually the more action type games, I'm only good at games where the patient strategy is rewarded. The slow and careful strategy, if the game favors that strategy, and like it's the default strategy I have with action or type games like platformers or puzzle platformers, and if the game favors that, then I just win sometimes.
I see.
I think that's why I got so far in MT15, is because I got a lot of those types of games.
That's cool that you were able to zero in on such a... That's the kind of answer I'd want out of every racer that I ask. And so few people are able to like give this really reflective answer. So thank you so much for that. We wish you the best of luck on your next match because you're not out of it. I'm going to start typing Control F into this thing so I can figure out. You're up against either Tossed Fish or Cyrohydra down in the lower bracket.
Oh, Cyro's gonna curb stomp me. That's what's gonna happen. So, Cyro is fated to make a tier losers bracket. Like, I think Cyro will face Adam in the finals.
Whoa. Okay.
This is just a secret to any time that you're in a tournament, is just say that your opponent's really good before you play them. And that way you either beat them and you look really good, or you lose to them and then you can be humble afterwards.
Secret is just to draw a paid game for free. That way you win anyway. Anyway, the rest goes.
Adam, you move on to face the winner of Blasphemous Roar versus Julo Ninja in a winners 4 match.
Top bracket looking scary indeed.
Yeah, I think to make it to top 8, you're gonna have to beat one of Andy or Neitzel or Nico Jazz or a couple other people, but those are
or worse,
two
people who are able to beat Andy.
Yeah, or Neitzel. And then
Though,
even
to be
before
fair,
them, there's like Zex and stuff, so it's tough.
That number of people has been growing. So,
yeah.
I mean, like, I did win the last tournament, so technically I have already performed that, so who knows?
Just do it again.
Just do it again. Oh god, please don't make me race it. Like, how many was it? Like 8 games?
Oh, you had that run where you dropped down to losers and then...
No. The final day. When
Yeah.
I woke up at 2 a.m. and raced games until midday.
And every single match went to, like, the final game or whatever, it seemed.
Yeah.
What a
God,
trooper.
that was hell. I think I lost like 10 pounds for that fucking day.
If you just stay in the winner's bracket, you'll have less matches. So
Yeah, more time to prepare for the final day. Exactly.
Well, best of luck to both of you with your next matches. Thanks so much for coming out and playing Jellycar and for coming to talk to us.
Yes, and thank you to the dev. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, totally. We all got to see a pretty cool game. Thanks so much, Oh Noob, for running recon out at at conventions, scouting things out, and for doing commentary.
I will tell you, this isn't the only game that I played at the con, but this is the only one that has keys. Again, thank you to Jellycar Dev or Walloper for allowing us to do this. And I have a suspicion, at the end of the day, you've probably made a profitable decision too. While this is all good fun, I think we're going to end up with a lot of people buying this game just because of this stream and being able to race it in the future.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Thank you so much, Maurice, for restreaming. Thank you so much, chat, for watching. Mystery Tournament 0017 continues tomorrow. We're out of matches for tonight. We got Cine versus Arcbliss. Crankdud versus Jackazam, I think, could be a really good match. Actually, Cine versus Arcbliss could be really good, too. Zenik Reverie versus DOSBox Falco is going to be probably pretty close. Same with, all the matches are getting close. I take it back. We've been doing the tournament for like over a month now, so they're all getting to be much closer in skill level. They're all going to be exciting. Please look forward to it. Come back in 21 hours, 47 minutes. Follow the channel, join the Discord, and that way we'll see you next time here on Mystery Funhouse.